Hey, it's Jake Mace, the vegan athlete here at Shamus O'Leary's, and I love coming to your place, especially now in Glendale, because you're planting a lot of new stuff. Every time I come here, you have more and more edible trees in the ground. You always got good stuff in the pots, but more stuff in the ground, and it's all flood irrigated, and you're putting lots of mulch there, so we're kind of in like a forest of avocado trees right now.
Right.
How many would you say that there are in the ground? How many trees?
Right now, I think we have about 8 or 9 different varieties in the ground that we're experimenting with to see how they deal with our winter and then how they'll deal with our summer as well. In addition to Jaboticaba and Loquats and Sapodillas.
Sapodilla. So show me some of these avocados you put in the ground that are still in their first, basically the first year of growth.
Yeah, definitely.
In the ground.
Sure. Actually, right behind us here, we'll start over at this end. This one here is a Monroe avocado.
It looks fantastic.
And what I really love about this tree is the size of the foliage.
Yeah.
Now this is new foliage after we put it in the ground. This was the old growth when it was in the pot.
What do you attribute to the really good looking large leaves?
Worm castings, compost, a little bit of azomite, flood irrigation, tons of mulch.
Yeah.
You can see how the trees are planted. That's the proper way to plant an avocado.
Okay. How much mulch is here? Like almost a foot.
Oh yeah, more than that. We started off with 2 foot, but it's been breaking down.
So 2 feet of mulch.
Yeah.
And you have your mulch touching the trunk of the tree.
Yeah, we don't get enough water here. That's not an issue.
That's like a Seattle, Florida thing.
Yeah.
For the desert dogs like us.
Right.
It's okay.
Just pile it in there.
Yeah, pile it in there. This looks fantastic. So a Monroe.
Monroe.
And you sell these as well.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we have Monroes.
So in addition to the Monroe, what's another type?
Also over here we have a Lula,
which I know is a salt tolerant.
Correct. Yeah, all of these are West Indian varieties. So these are going to take a bit more salt than the California varieties would.
So there's California and West Indian varieties.
Correct. The West Indian are generally the Florida varieties.
Okay.
So they have growing conditions more similar to ours as far as our soil goes and our climate, more so than California. So many of the Caribbean and Florida type avocados seem to do a little bit better here than the California avocados.
I see.
So that's what's going on here. But you can see, once again,
this Lula looks great.
The foliage, the size of the foliage since they were put into the ground and gotten out of the pot.
And today is still the first week of January 2016.
Yeah. Cold hasn't done anything.
It's been cold.
We haven't protected these trees at all.
Yeah.
They've been out here exposed to the world, and they've been doing fine.
This looks great.
Then you'll see behind you there.
Yeah, what is this one?
A Reed avocado.
Reed.
Yeah. He's been doing real nice as well.
Looks good.
Tons and tons of mulch.
Tons. And the mulch consists of leaves, grass, pine needles, wood chips, and even oleander and stuff.
Anything.
Anything.
Anything I can get my hands on.
Maybe even like an old banana peel.
Old banana peels, yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then you'll see, after that, here on the right, we have a winter Mexican.
That's this one.
Yep.
And now this is supposed to be maybe a more cold tolerant than other trees, but in my opinion, a lot of the avocados can take the cold pretty well.
Our winter, yeah.
Yeah,
in the Phoenix
our winter,
area.
Phoenix winter.
This guy had a lot of burn on him in the pot, but once we put him in the ground, we put out new leaf growth.
So that's important. So like the burn leaves were in the pot.
Correct.
And all the nice leaves are since it's been in the ground.
Yep.
So this guy next year will look amazing.
Oh yeah, he'll be beautiful.
Because new avocado trees have no bark on them.
Correct. Yeah, they take usually 2 to 3 years to start developing bark.
So you have to nurse them to the bark stage.
Correct.
Okay.
This here is the king. That's the Aravipa.
Yes.
The guy's coming up on 3 years old.
And getting his bark. It's like getting your first beard.
Right.
It is. Like getting your first mustache.
He's at about 10, 11 foot right now.
Yeah, and the Aravipa is the one that is supposedly the Arizona native avocado.
It is.
From Aravipa Canyon.
Yeah, we know for a fact it'll take more cold than some of the other varieties. More heat, a little bit more sun.
Yeah.
A little bit more forgiving.
And the fruit would be about the size of like a Hass avocado or something?
About a 6-ounce avocado.
6 ounce?
Thin skin, slightly oily.
How many ounces is that one?
We'll weigh that and find out.
Okay. Which avocado is this tall one here?
This one here is becoming one of my favorites. That's a Catalina, which is a Cuban avocado. And this is probably the most cold sensitive of all the avocados that we have here.
Really?
And one thing I noticed this winter, this guy here is in the ground. He's beautiful. Tons of new growth.
Yeah.
There's no cold damage to him whatsoever.
Look at this new growth here, looks great.
A tree from this same, now this came from a group, I've got 4 or 5 more in pots.
Okay.
And you can see over here on the left, that's also a Catalina avocado.
So this is the same avocado tree.
Same avocado tree.
As this one.
Correct.
And they were in the same size pot.
Yeah. Now this one here, you can see got some cold damage.
Because it's in the pot.
Because I'm guessing because it's in the pot, it's above ground, the roots got a little colder.
Yeah.
So right now he's struggling. Now he's not dead. The foliage got burned a bit, and they'll come back in the springtime. But you can see the difference in the two, the same variety in the ground in a pot.
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to put it in the ground, do so.
Okay.
Because they're going to take a little bit more of the elements as the roots get established. The ground will protect the tree.
Now, growing in pots can be fun.
Yeah, and there are advantages to container growing as far as it's going to keep the tree small. You can take them with you if you move. You can deal with winter by moving the trees. You can move them in the summer into the shade. So fortunately, in this particular part of the yard, I have a really good microclimate for avocados. Exactly. That's why these went into the ground to experiment and see how they do.
So if you have a microclimate in your yard that allows you to plant them, plant them.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any others? You have this one right here. What is this thing?
This here is a Donnie.
A Donnie?
Yeah.
That's a good name.
And he's doing beautiful as well too. All the avocados in the ground are gorgeous. So I've been really happy with their presentation, taking the cold.
I know that from my experience, my avocado trees are about the same age as yours here, and the cold really hasn't affected them much.
Now in the Phoenix area, you know, the low 30s, high 20s is generally not going to be an issue.
So maybe if you were a home gardener, the best time of year to plant avocado would be like now.
Yeah, anytime, I think September, October, up through February.
Don't plant it in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, this isn't something you put in the ground in April, May, June.
Yeah.
Yeah, fall, winter, early part of spring.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
So they're doing gorgeous.
That's great. And this avocado I'm holding, what is this type called?
That's a Chiquette avocado.
Chiquette.
Which I picked that a few days ago. They take about 5 days off the tree to ripen.
Sounds like a type of gum.
Yes.
Like a Chiquette.
So we're gonna crack that one open
So this one's ripe?
Yeah.
And you love avocados, right?
I've never had an avocado in my life.
Oh my God.
I've never tried.
The avocado guy.
I've never had avocado, I've never had guacamole, I've never
You love
tried.
the trees.
I love the trees.
You love to plant them.
I love to plant.
But you never eaten one.
I love the company of the trees.
Never even had guacamole.
Never.
So we're gonna do it on camera right here.
Right.
And we can see your face.
You can see my face.
I got my hori, and we're gonna cut this guy open right now, so stay tuned. So thank you for the tour of all your avocado trees. I only have 2 varieties, so I'm really in awe of all your different varieties and your microclimate, and the trees look so good.
Thank you.
You're gonna let us try a taste of this Chiquette right now.
Correct.
And so if you guys click on the link on the screen right here, or the links also in the comments and the description below the video, you can watch Shamus and I eat this Chiquette and see this guy eat an avocado for the first time. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys at the next video.